Hi guys. Happy New Year. Today I'm going to be talking about DXY. DXY on the monthly time frame, I come here, first touch of the trend line, second touch of the trend line, and third touch of the trend line on DXY. So that is what we are looking at as of the moment. So this double top brought the market down. So I will come back and look at what the price is currently doing as of the moment. So we had a double top around this area. And this is looking like it's going to continue downward. However, if we come back to our weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, we're going to be seeing like this is looking like a head, a left shoulder, and this is looking consolidative, like this is forming a right shoulder around this region. But I'm not usually very comfortable with this kind of a head and shoulder pattern because I like that the right shoulder around this area push up significantly and breaks this high before I'm going to be much comfortable. However, this is looking like this has consolidated for 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks around this area, which is very significant. So I'll come back to my daily time frame. On the daily time frame is what I'm going to be looking at. This price has currently pushed. This price has currently pushed, forming a double bottom around this area, and the counter trend line has been broken. However, I was expecting, I drew this line around this area. I was expecting for price to touch this region. Price has currently touched that area, which I am not that comfortable with because it's just one daily candle that pushed significantly to touch this region. So if I was expecting that price is going to come back downwards to test this area and push up for a continuation to upside to test this region for my take profit one. But price, just one daily candle did not come back to test this region, just push up significantly. So that is why on DXY, I'm going to be holding my hands as of the moment. I'll be waiting to see what price is going to do on the XY. So I will wait for a base around this area. Either I see a significant top around this area. For now, it's 50-50. The XY to me is 50-50. I'll wait and see what price is going to do around this region. If price is going to form a proper base around this area, like this area, for a push to the upside, I'll be waiting for price to do that. However, if price come and form a proper double top around this area, then I will be waiting for a continuation to the downside. This DXY as of the moment is looking 50-50 to me. Let's see what Euro USD is doing because I use the XY to compare and contract what Euro USD is doing. Euro USD, however, is doing the same thing as the XY. I come on the monthly time frame. I see what price is doing on the monthly time frame on Euro USD. So this triple bottom at this level is what brought the market upwards. Then this double top around this area is what pushed the market downward. So I was looking at this as a shoulder region, this as a head, this as a continuation to the upside. However, normally I was waiting for price to come and test the neckline region around this area because anytime you see a significant push above the neckline region, then price is going to come back and test the neckline region, not the shoulder level region. So this price failed to come back to test the neckline region because there is a major level around this area that can support the level to the upside. So previously, I was looking at the market to be very bullish on the monthly time frame. Even presently, it's quite bullish on the monthly time frame. However, I have to be very careful on Euro USD because this level is this level that I drew around this area, this support around this resistance around this area, what pushed this drop the market downwards and drop the market downward for the second time, however, in this area. So I'll be very careful around that area because that area is capable of pushing the market downwards. So I'll come back to my weekly time frame. What am I looking at on my weekly time frame? This level, that level that I drew, which is this zone, this resistance around this area could easily be a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Could easily be left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. That is why the market, if you look at it, the market was consolidating around this area. However, I draw this area because if you're considering this as a left shoulder, this is as a head, and this is as a right shoulder, then you're also going to consider this level as well. This is a very significant, this is a double bottom to me as of the moment. So I drew this line. I was waiting that the market will come back to test this level for a continuation and push to the downside for me to take profit one for this area. But just one day alone pushed the market to test this region around this neckline region. This thing here is a neckline. This test here is a neckline. So the market has significantly pushed downwards to test that neckline. So that is why I paused, because a day candle just pushed down to this area. And I pause because this can be just a neckline test. So that is why I just pause for a while, because you can take this as a head, this as a left shoulder, and this as a right shoulder, and this is like a retest of this area. But however, this is giving a double top. So that is why I'm very careful, and you can take this one. This is looking like a head, this is looking like a left shoulder, and this is looking like a right shoulder. As of the moment, the same as Euro USD is the same as DXY is looking 50-50 to me. So I'll wait and see what price is going to do around this region. If price breaks, if price form consolidate around this area, give me several consolidation around this area on the 4-hour time frame. Just to invalidate, give me a consolidation around this area just to invalidate this double top, then I'm going to be placing a trade for a buy. But if this market did not give me several consolidation around this area, this is still looking like a retest for a continuation to the downside. So that is why Euro USD as of the moment is 50-50, DXY is 50-50 to me. Then the next pair I'm going to be looking at is BTC. BTC on the other hand is looking good and it's looking clear to me. I was looking for BTC for a continuation to the upside, for a retest of the trend line. Remember, I was telling you week after week that I was looking for a buy on BTC. BTC is still looking like a buy to me. This is the first touch of the trend line. This is looking like a second touch on the trend line. This is looking like a third touch of the trend line. So I already did my analysis on BTC. I already did do the analysis. I was looking, this is looking like a base to me. Why is it looking like a base to me? Because initially I am not comfortable with this kind of drop. I was looking for a retest of this this level, the 100K region. I think the 100K region, 107K region, around this area. If this market wants to continue going down, it's supposed to come back and retest this region for a continuation to the downside. However, this market came to the third touch of the trend line and it's looking like it's consolidated. That's been consolidating for how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks already of consolidation. So that is why I'm quite sure that this market will continue to the upside. So however, I placed a buy region, a trade around this region for a buy, and the market is pushing upwards. So I'll come on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for because this area also is a minor level. However, this market is going to react around this region. The market is going to react. Most likely, I'm going to be looking for a further correction. So I'll be looking for a further correction towards this side for a continuation to the upside. So the correction I'm going to be looking at is something like this. A push towards the downside like this. So I'm going to be waiting. Look at what I'm going to be waiting for. I'm going to be waiting for a push towards the downside around this region, maybe around this weak region, because this market is going to react around this area. It's going to pull back. It's going to pull back around this area, maybe for a retest for a continuation to the upside. So I'm still looking forward for price to push up around this area because this market has given a significant it's not that a strong base, but this is looking like a base. This is looking like a base. So I'm waiting to see what the market is going to do around this area. So preferably, I'm looking for a further correction towards this weak region for a continuation to the upside. So that's my take on BTC as of the moment. Then the next pair I'm going to be looking at is Euro GDP. Euro GDP is looking is looking bearish as of the moment. Euro GDP is looking bearish. When we go to our monthly time frame, this is what I'm seeing on the monthly time frame. We are seeing push. We're seeing a neckline around this region. We're seeing a shoulder around this region. So maybe price is coming downwards to test this shoulder around this region. So this is going to look like a head. This is going to look like a left shoulder, and this is going to look like a right shoulder. So this is, as of the moment, this is what I'm seeing. So I'll come back to my weekly time frame. What am I saying on the weekly time frame? Price is looking like on the weekly time frame. Initially, I was looking, this is looking corrective in a way. So I was looking that price is going to come back. It's looking like price is going to test this region, this major zone region. If you check the nature of the previous correction, you're going to see a double bottom, you're going to see a push, you're going to see a correction, you're going to see a push for a double top, you're going to see a correction, a push, a correction, a push. And this is kind of looking like a correction, but it has broken the major zone region around this area. So since if price continue in this momentum, I will wait for a push backwards to test this region, this structural region around this area for a continuation to the downside. So for now, I'll be holding my trade on Euro GDP as of the moment. I have nothing to trade on Euro GDP except I see a significant push to the downside and a push towards this area for a correction, for a continuation to the downside. So when I come back to my daily time frame, this is what I'm looking at on the daily time frame. I am still looking at the same thing. Remember, we took this trade downwards and price is looking corrective. I'm looking for a correction like this to form around this area for a continuation to the downside on Euro GDP. So the next pair that I will check is what is happening on GDP JPY. GDP JPY, on the other hand, it's looking quite bullish on the monthly time frame. So it's looking quite bullish on the monthly time frame. So I was looking, this is a double bottom. This is a triple bottom around this area. Then we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and we have a push. I'm looking for price to test this region, which price is presently approaching as of the moment. So I will come back to my weekly time frame. What am I looking forward to on the weekly time frame? Initially, I was looking for, which I'm still looking as of the moment, the price. I will just wait on GDP JPY. The price I was looking for, this is a push, this is a correction, this is a push, this is a correction, this is a push, and this is a correction. This push is significant already, so I am no longer comfortable with this push already. That's why I'm going to be standing aside on GDP JPY as well. I'm going to be standing aside on GDP JPY as well as of this week, because this is quite a push already. So I'm looking for a decent correction like this or like this or like this for a continuation to the upside. However, this level, I'm not comfortable with this level as of the moment. So I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with this level as of the moment. So that's why I'm not going to be placing a trade. So for now, I will be leaving this price. For now, I'll be leaving this price as of the moment, because this can just, I was looking that price is going to respect this top around this area for a drop, for a correction to the downside. But price has pushed and daily candle is looking bullish. So maybe it wants to correct upward for a retest. So in GDP JPY, I'm going to be standing on my hands as well. I'm going to be waiting for a significant correction like this for me to place a trade for a buy. So the next pair that I'll be checking on is Brent oil. Brent oil is looking, remember I was telling you that Brent oil, this is what I was looking at on Brent oil. And the monthly time frame is looking It's looking like a double bottom as of the moment. If you look at this level, we have a significant push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction. And this level, this price is stalling as of the moment on this level, the mid-range zone. This price is stalling as of the moment. And if you check this last monthly candle, it has rejected twice and three times on the monthly time frame. So, and this level, this price is presently giving an indecision monthly candle. On the weekly time frame, you're going to see it clearly. Price has significantly rejected around this area, first touch, second touch, third touch. This is looking like a triple bottom, and this is looking corrective as of the moment. So this level that I drew around this area is a demand level that pushed the market upward. So this is a significant area. So if you look at the market, the price has rejected around this area 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, and this is the fourth week. So I was telling you that I was waiting for a monthly candle close for me to place a trade for a buy for Brent oil. So I will be waiting for price to break above this zone before I'm going to be placing a trade for a buy. So when we come back to our daily time frame, this daily time frame is what I'm going to be looking at very closely around this region, the supply zone region. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. If you check, we have a push, we have a correct. It's looking like a correction. It has been correcting for a very long time. Initially, I was thinking that price is going to correct and continue to the upside. It's looking like a correction to the upside, but it failed and it gives a correction, which we took a loss around this area. If you remember, then the price dropped significantly and this is still looking consolidative as of the moment. So for me to place a trade for a buy, I will be waiting for price to consolidate a little bit more around this area, then a push, then a correction for a continuation to the upside. That is what I'm looking at for oil as of the moment. Then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP NZD. GDP NZD, I'll come to the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame is looking good. We have a significant base around this area. We have a triple bottom around this area that pushed the market to the upside. So our price came around this zone, around this region, and we have a push towards the downside for a correction, for a retest. Price retest the zone before the continuation to the upside. This is looking clean, and we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, and we have a correction. So this I am looking forward for price to give me a correction like this, maybe a 3 weeks correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking forward for a correction around this area before a continuation to the upside. Maybe test this region. Where's my my rail? Test this region around this area. Or it can react from any area around this region. It can test this region. It can test this region around this area. It can test the candle close. It can just react around this area. Maybe proper correction for a continuation to the upside. So if I come on the daily time frame, I'm going to be looking forward or look at prices currently correcting. We have a 2 candle close already that is correcting around this region. So I'm looking for more correction, maybe like this, or maybe like this, correction like this for a continuation to the upside. That is what I'm looking at for GDP NZD as of the moment. So as of the moment, I'm presently in one trade as of the moment with the GDP CHF, which I've entered last week. GDP CHF, I've been on GDP CHF since last week. Remember what I told you, if price break this region, if price break around this region, if you remember correctly, price break around this region, then we're going to be having a continuation to the upside. So I'm still in this trade. There has been several consolidation around this region. So I placed the trade around this area. So I'm still waiting. There's going to be a push, a correction, maybe a little bit of correction around this area, this top around this region. So expect a further correction for a continuation to the upside. That's my take on this as of the moment, because the monthly candle is kind of still looking bullish, a little bit bullish as of the moment. Then the weekly is still looking good as of the moment. Then on the daily, however, that is what we have to be careful. So this is still looking bullish as of the moment. So I'm expecting a push to the upside. I'm still in this trade. I'm currently active on this trade. So that's the end of my analysis for the week. There is no significant trade that I'm going to be placing this week. There's nothing in the market as of this week. So except if I see a new development during the week, I can place just like what I've explained to you. If I see a development on Euro USD, or BTC, however, the same thing, then no significant development on oil, NZD, USD. So what I'm going to be looking at is Euro, USD, and BTC. Just a correction, a significant consolidation, then a correction to the upside. That's the end of my analysis for the week. So we're going to be waiting and see how the market is going to play out.